Hey guys, Thatnub here. Today I'm going to show you how I store beans and rice for long-term food storage. Storing long-term food is pretty simple. You need some food to store, you need something to store it in, you need a way to seal it and remove all the oxygen. This is a Mylar bag. You know how they say you want to store food in a cool, dark place? This is the dark part of the cool, dark place. You want to get the thickest Mylar bags that you can find because that will let less light in. Basically, you have your bag, open it up, put your food inside, seal this here. It kind of melts together with an iron or a flat iron. And then when you want back into it, you tear here at the perforated mark and you can get back into your food. I prefer this kind that has the little Ziploc feature in it. So once you open it back up, you can reseal it for use a little bit later on. Today we are packing up some pinto beans and some white rice. I already have the beans in the bags, so we're just going to do the white rice right now. Most people like to write pinto beans or white rice on their Mylar bags or their buckets. I like to put the cooking instructions on there as well. For the buckets, you can go spend $5–10 for a bucket and a nice spinning lid. But for me, I just need something to keep critters from getting to the bags. It doesn't even have to be food grade. I got these for free at like Safeway. You go back to the bakery department, ask them if they have any buckets. Usually they'll give you some. I think some places might charge you $1 each for them, but that's still better than $10. So we just open our bag, place it in the bucket. I like to get my rice up to the fill line, tamp it down a little bit, and you can see that it drops down a little bit. Fills out all the sides nice. Now we're going to check our little Ziploc seal and make sure that we're going to be able to shut this thing. Look at that, that's going to be perfect. Alright, we'll put that one aside and start with the next bag. So we have 3 1-gallon bags, and this is a 3.5 gallon bucket. So when these fold down, this is going to fit perfectly. We even have a little bit of room here in the middle if you want to put a small bag of spices or something like that in with your rice. Now, for pretty much anything food storage, you are going to want to know a website. It is USA Emergency Supply. And in there, they have a chart that tells you how many oxygen absorbers you need for whatever size bucket or bag that you are using to store your food. So here we see the container type, food storage buckets, Mylar food storage bags. And it even breaks it down to bags with Ziplocs or not. And this will go from 6-gallon bags all the way down to a 1/4 gallon bag. So at the top here you can see that we have more dense foods, which has less air in it, so less oxygen that has to be absorbed. And we have wheats, flours, grains, rice. And next to that we have less dense food, which means more air in it, and that's going to be like pasta and beans. On the back side of my Mylar bags, I like to write how many oxygen absorbers I'm going to need. In this case, I need 7 300cc oxygen absorbers. This here is a bag of oxygen absorbers. In here it says that it has 50 of the 300cc oxygen absorbers. Now I have this little pink tab here that will tell you if your oxygen absorbers are good or not, but really it just tells you if the tab is good or not, because there are some places out there off of the eBays and stuff that will kind of stop packaging oxygen absorbers for a second and then come back and, oh, hey, I forgot this. Throw a couple fresh ones in there, seal it up, and the tag will be pink, but most of your oxygen absorbers will not work. So you have to go with a company with a good reputation. This Pack Fresh USA, I've never had a problem with their oxygen absorbers. Get these off the Amazons. If I can find the link for them, then I will put them in the description below, along with the Ziploc bags that I use. They come from the same company. So you get like 25 Ziploc bag, 1 gallon bags, and a pack of oxygen absorbers for like 25-30 bucks. So that's a good deal. So here we have our 5 gallon buckets with our 5 gallon bags. There's pinto beans and there's rice. And on the side here, because the beans have more air kind of in here, more places for the air to hide, then they are going to get 10 of the 300cc oxygen absorbers. And here we have the rice, which has less spaces for the air to hide, so it gets 7 of the 300cc oxygen absorbers. Here we have beans in the 1 gallon bags, gets 2 of the 300s, and the rice gets 1 of the 300s. So here's the time sensitive part. As soon as I cut into this, air is going to get in there and all of these oxygen absorbers are going to start rusting. Well, the iron inside of them is going to start rusting, which soaks up all the oxygen. So I have to do this part as quick as I can, and anything left over goes into a mason jar like this, and all the oxygen in here gets absorbed, and hopefully they'll stay good. So here we go. So let's go 2, 1, 2. And these get 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. These get 2. The big ones get 7 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These get 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The rest of these, open up this lid. We'll throw these in here real quick and let it seal up. Alright, let's get to sealing these. So when you're doing this, you want to try to get out as much oxygen as you can by hand. So squeeze it out, Ziploc that up. Those two aren't Ziplockable. Start shutting this up. Squeeze out the air. Big ones are just the same. Zip them up. Hold it over, try to get all of that air out of there that you can. And finish that seal. And you can deal with those later. So I still have 2 of these bags that do not have the Ziploc seal on them. So I'm going to pull it out, get it about as flat as I can here. And a lot of people will take a board and stick it right underneath here and then get an iron and warm this up that way. I like to use a flat iron or hair straightening iron thing or something. I didn't want to ruin the wife's, so I did some research and bought my own just for food storage. I really like this one. It's got the little, you can spin this as many times as you want to so it doesn't get tangled up. That's awesome. It's got a digital readout. I put it at the lowest setting I can find, which is 265 on this one. See if I can get it lower. Nope. And I like that it's already got the flat side and the hot side built into it, so it makes this a lot easier. So what we're going to do is just put this on here. Hopefully it's warmed up enough. Just kind of pull it out. And we'll flip over to the other side. Ooh, yeah, it's warmed up enough. And you're basically just kind of melting a little bit. On the inside of these bags is a little layer of adhesive, I guess, and it helps seal these together when it gets warm. Okay, that one there looks pretty good. So we have this all sealed up, no oxygen's getting through. This is the oxygen absorbers are going to absorb all the oxygen, leaving mostly nitrogen. That's the other majority of our air we breathe. And nitrogen is good for the storing of the food. So let me get this one over here done. Another thing you can do if you are doing bags like this is you can seal them up almost all the way, maybe 3/4 of the way before you put the oxygen absorbers in. Then take this little opening here, pop in your oxygen absorbers, and then all you have to do is seal this last little bit. And that's what I used to do before I found out about these Ziploc bags, and since I found out about the Ziploc bags, I haven't looked back. But I still have some of these non-zippy lock bags left over, and I'll use them when I run out of the ones that I like, and I still have more food to do, like today. Needed 2 of these bags. But you don't want to do this too long. You don't want to melt the bag. You just kind of want to get it to press together. Right now I'm trying to get out these lines. Make sure no oxygen can get out of right here. See these lines coming up? I want to make sure there's no oxygen that can get sucked in from there, because then the bag, I have to reseal it again. So let me get the rest of these sealed up and we will come back and see what it looks like then. It has been a couple days and we are checking our bags of beans, and here you can see that this sealed up just nicely. You can see all the little divots on here from the beans that are in there. This just kind of sucked into it. Well, that's all I have for this video. Bang around that bell icon if you want to be notified when new videos come out. Call us on the hotline if you have comments or questions and want to be featured in an upcoming video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.